Bush.
And I'm Sue Kruskoff. Our company is My Wonderful Life, and we're here today to ask you for $100,000 for 10% of the company.
So how about a show of hands? How many of us are going to die? But how many of us tell our friends and family exactly what we would want for our funeral?
My Wonderful Life is a free website where you can plan and personalize your own funeral so you get the celebration you want, and it takes a huge burden off of your family.
We came up with the idea after I lost my husband about 5 years ago. And even though he was sick for about a year, when the time came, we still really didn't know what he wanted. We ended up pulling together a really memorable, really celebratory party in his honor at one of his favorite bars. I had people come up to me afterwards saying, how do I make sure I can have a celebration like that?
It was really awesome. And had he had our site, it would have been so much easier for him to let us know what he wanted. When Nancy and I went online, we found, God, there really aren't any options to do that out there. Further research showed that 75% of baby boomers, like us, really want something far more celebratory. We don't want the funeral our parents had. The death rate is going to double over the next 30 years. I mean, what a huge business opportunity that is. So let us show you how it works. Okay, well, Kevin, since you are Mr. Wonderful, of course.
It's so true.
It is so true. So, of course, we have to talk about the wonderful life of Kevin O'Leary. You basically go online, you fill out an online book, and inside are all the options that you can have in terms of, where do you want your funeral to be? What kind of wine do you want to have? Cabernet? I mean, and really, do you want to prepay for your funeral? I mean, that's something that we know you would want to do for sure. Then what you do is you designate up to 6 people, could be your fellow sharks, who are going to carry out your wishes. They just click on a link and they get a summary of everything you would have wanted for your funeral.
It's an $11 billion industry, and we're going to lead the way. So who's going to join us?
Everybody seems very mighty skeptical there, and I think kind of with good reason, because it's a website, it's a service, but plenty of websites don't end up turning out the way you want them to, especially when there's developers involved and we want to do this, but then developers will say, well, we can't really pull this off, or we need more money, always more money, and it just is a never-ending cycle of that kind of stuff. I mean, in that case, the 3 best sharks would be, Robert and Mark, and then maybe Kevin pulling up behind them. But, asking for $1 million valuation, I'm curious, what sales did they have at this point? This was Shark Tank season 3, episode 1. So this was 2012-ish. And I think it was 2000. I'm pretty sure it was 2012. So it's been a while. We're going to check out their website at the end here. But I'm really curious as to what the business model is, since it's a free site for you to go and create that, that ideal funeral. And I think it's a great idea. I know me personally, I don't want it to be sad. I want it to be a celebration, a party of life. And I think more should be that way. I know it's always kind of going to a funeral it's one part sad, one part happy, one part get to see the people you don't normally get to see, and it's well, we should get together more often. All those things are true, but I really, if I was going to set something up like that, I want a DJ at my party, at my funeral. I want people to remember all the great things and all that. And remember things like comments like this down below from Fane. Dang, bro, you should have more views. I was really into a video of you talking with someone else while watching. Very entertaining. I appreciate that, Fane. And I appreciate you going down below and leaving some comments, leaving some business questions, whatever you got going on in your business. I want to do some Q&A. So get me those questions. I will answer them here on the Super Joe Pardo Show. More than happy to do it. I have a couple questions already. I've been meaning to get around to making those videos. I'm trying to make them into topic-based videos as well, so maybe they get a little more searchability as well. But it is greatly appreciated. It's also greatly appreciated when you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm so we can get this video into the hands of more super entrepreneurs like yourself.
I love the dead guy business. The very relationship identified, everybody's going to bite it. So what's the plan to make money?
We're very, very excited because we have just partnered with one of the largest insurance companies in the country, and we have developed a product called the My Wonderful Life Plan. And so people can set aside any amount of money to prepay for their funeral. It's basically like buying an insurance policy.
So when you die, your loved ones, all they have to do is print out the summary. On the summary, it says, Kevin's paid for his funeral. Here's where you can access
So does the money
money.
go to you?
We make a commission on every sale.
Oh, I
So
see.
we're making about 5% on every sale.
What's a typical sale?
If you were to put away $5,000 for your funeral, we would make $250 on that.
Who does the money come from?
The money comes from the insurance company, and they hold the money, and that money continues to earn interest for them.
How many users do you have today?
We have 7,000 today.
How long has the site been up?
It's been up 3 years.
What did you gross?
We actually have not made any money to date.
Yeah, I
problem
mean,
I see
well,
with-
developers are expensive, and I'm gonna guess that neither of them are developing the site. I'm just a wild guess, but yeah, development's expensive, and what I don't understand is that they said they make 5% on each deal, but 5% of 5,000 is not too. I don't think it's $250. Like, I mean, I know I'm not the best at math, but I'm pretty sure 5,000 minus 5%. Oh yeah, I guess, it is 250. I'm dumb. No, you know what? So that brings up a lot of. So we see this with like sites like Patreon and GoFundMe and things like that, where they take a small commission. But if you've ever noticed, even like PayPal, right, or Venmo or any of them, the percentage, it seems to be like nobody could go below a certain percent. And the reason is because development and all the costs and the overhead just it is cost prohibitive to be like, oh, we just take 1% of everything, and we have enough coming in that, you know, we're able to fund all the future development, all the people, and everything like that. So it's it's a shame to hear that. I mean, when you break out 250 times what they said, they had 7,000 users. That is, let's break out the calculator here. 250 times 7,000 users. I mean, that's $1.7 million. Just over $1.7 million. So it must all be going to development.
Your business model is a very small fraction of the people who actually pre-plan their funeral.
Well, is that true?
Yeah, it's
That
true.
is actually not true.
That is not
What
true.
percent- what percentage?
If you look at just funeral planning in general, 25% of the people over 50 prepay in
But they
some.
do it with the individual funeral home.
A lot of us don't want to go through a funeral home. You can go through a funeral home to be cremated or whatever, but you may just want to have a great party, and that money is put aside to have a party at your favorite place.
I get what you guys are trying to do. Have you signed exclusive deals with these insurance companies?
It's not an exclusive deal.
That's a killer to me.
Yeah.
Nothing proprietary about this. Why can't I just set up Uncle Kevin's Snuff City?
What's even worse, I can come in and go to those same companies and say, you know what, I'll take a little bit less, but I want an exclusive. And then all of a sudden, you're stuck.
This was an interesting idea based on an emotional moment in your life, Nancy. I understand that. But as a business plan, I see all kinds of holes in it. Nothing proprietary about it. You're captured by an insurance company, hard to acquire customers, competing with the funeral homes themselves that have no interest in giving you any business.
We have surveyed the members that we do have, and 40% of them say they want to prepay. So this isn't something that, we're just throwing out there and,
No
hope
one's
that
saying there's
people
not a
will.
potential business. The problem is you haven't taken a lot of basic business steps to protect yourself. In all my business, I always ask myself, if I was trying to kick my own ass, what would I do? And those are the things you haven't done yet.
Well, and that's why we're
Okay, so ding ding. You have to operate as in, how would I be trying to beat myself if I was competing against myself? Where's the holes that in my plan? Where's the holes in my business? Where's the holes in my customer service? Where's the holes in my customer experience? My team member experience, right? Like, if your employees are having a bad time, guess what? They're gonna go somewhere else. They're gonna find another avenue to go. So I think. I think that they bring up a lot of good points, but I think the one thing here is it's an educational issue, right? Which education requires a ton of money. There is a subsection of people that want to prepay for their funeral, et cetera, et cetera. It's great that they got in a partnership with an insurance company. It lends to the stability of it, because like, am I going to just give $5,000 to a website and be like, oh yeah, just go to this website when I die in tomorrow, 10 years, 20 years, who knows? And is that money still going to be there, right? And that's the thing. That's the part where it's like, I could literally just write stuff down in a book or something, or in my will, like put it in the will, and enable that will, and then put money aside for that in like maybe a separate bank account or something that like nobody knows about until they actually read the will, and then it's like, oh, okay, the money's there, everything's taken care of. I love the fact that it's digitized, but it's even like those freezing of cells or egg banks and sperm banks and things like that. Like those, you want to make sure that like they're going to be around, that they're not just selling eggs, under the table, like, or out the back door. It's and I'm pretty sure I've heard stories of things like that happening. So there's a lot of opportunity when you're talking about a long-term plan and giving a lot of money, in perspective, to a company. It's there's a lot there, and like I said, we're gonna check out their website at the end of this and see how they're making out.
We're here.
I'm out.
We have 7,000 members right now, and
They're paying you nothing.
Did any of the 7,000 people die?
Yes.
And what prevented them from paying at that point?
We didn't have that available at that point.
I think that I'll probably be dead before I see my money back. I'm out.
But here's the thing, guys. If 40% of our 7,000 members right now wanted to put aside, let's just say $5,000, that immediately generates $700,000.
But you haven't tested it. If you had tested that model, we've already accumulated so many dollars in commissions, you would have a whole different presentation here, but you're really here too early. I'm out.
If your investment is $100,000, we'll get 25,000 new members based on a $4 per member acquisition.
So how do you know that?
Because we've tested it. We invested some of our own money to see how much it would cost to get a member.
But you didn't monetize them.
And you didn't protect it either.
That is, I think it's a classic like Silicon Valley move of like, oh, we'll just get the user base and then we'll figure it out later, like as far as how we're all going to make money on this and be able to eat at the end of the day once the money that we've have laying around dries up. You don't want to fall into that trap, right? So if they're right, at that test that they did proved that, like, okay, for $4 we could get people to sign up to the website. What percentage of those are paying you? You already have a sample size of 7,000, which ding ding, it's hard to get 7,000 of any amount of people to sign up and join a website as it is, or download an app. It's not that simple to be able to accomplish that. So that's a feat there, but to get people to go from $0 to 1 cent with you is incredibly hard. It is incredibly hard. So once you get them to get to 1 cent, now we can get them to $1. Now we can get them to 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 1,000, 5,000. I'm hopeful that they have a content game. Assuming that they're still in business, like I said, we'll wait till the end of the video. We'll go check out their website and see what's going on with them. But there's a lot of, again, I think the trust factor that the 5,000 is going to be there when you die, the 5,000 is actually there. I think that's the big hurdle of getting people to go from $0. Oh, I set up a nice, pretty page for people to like know what I want. If they know that this exists, I don't know. Did they even put it out there that, like, how do I know that my family's even going to get to that page, right? Like, everyone's going to be looking for the will. Is everybody going to be looking for My Wonderful Life? I guess you could, make a printable, put it with the will or something to that effect. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea. I really like the idea. It's very tough when with all these holes that have been poked into it. They're a little early for it, and it just, it's a shame.
I don't think you've even gotten out of the starting gate. There's no business. I'm out.
Kevin, come on. Kevin.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. It really sucked.
Oh, jeez.
The most interesting part of your pitch is you said, everybody's gonna be dead. I'm listening. And then you don't tell me how I make any money from them. Come up with a plan that every guy that dies, I make some money, then I'm in.
Aw,
That's it.
Well, I don't want to plan your funeral, Kevin.
I'm never gonna die. I'm a vampire. I'm out.
Oh.
With all of his deals that suck the blood out of a business with his royalties, he absolutely is a vampire.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Love you, Kevin. Oh man! Oh, they didn't even talk at the end. Oh, that's a bummer. All right, let's go check out their website here and see what they got going on. So it is still a thing. It's still in existence. Why plan your funeral now? Live with no regrets. Your memorial celebration should be exactly what you want. Don't leave the burden. So let's see. Relieve burden on loved ones. Ensure your wishes are honored. Save precious time and money. Help a loved one plan. So I really love seeing people and faces. Create your funeral plan. Capture your life story. Share and invite family and friends. Get useful ideas and advice. What song do you want played at your funeral? That's a great question. It's not bad. I'm curious. Let's see. All right, yeah, we know what you're thinking. Why would I want to plan my own funeral? I'll tell you. There's a there's like a whole what's the word? Superstitious thing where it's like if I fill out my will, then that means I'm gonna die. And I know this from experience. That kind of line of thinking exists. With that said, I need to get on doing my will. Have you gotten on yours? You might want to, depending where you are in life, you might want to think about it. I know I need to do it. As seen on Shark Tank, HuffPost, Star Tribune. Okay, the testimonials. Oh, so that's what I kind of scrolled right by. I apologize. My Wonderful Life is a game-changing platform. It made planning my end-of-life celebration fast, easy, and fun. Is Mary Ann S. still alive? That's one of the things. Like you're not alive to enjoy it. So it's like, did it pan out the way that you expected it to? So is there other testimonials here? Like, or is it's just the one testimony? So I would try to get some more testimonies, and I would try to get a testimony. And is this a real person, or is this? I mean, obviously it's a real person, but is this a model, like, or is this a picture from a person? I want to see maybe some more video of from these actual celebrations and things of that nature. Notice to legacy members, those who joined prior to October 2019. Oh, okay. You have to reset your password, get a free lifetime membership. We had no idea of the response we'd get when we started it in 2009, and we wouldn't be the success we are without you. Which is why we're thanking you with a free lifetime membership, which is cool. Let's check out the pricing. Okay, so they ding they saw the need to have a recurring revenue stream and not just taking a 5% cut. Their $250 cut every time somebody sends money. Become a member today. There's 2 ways to pay. Cancel anytime. Want to try before you buy. So I think that this. I mean, obviously they're making it work. It wouldn't still exist to this day if it didn't. Oh no, Joe. Personalize your funeral service. So I would love to have you, Nancy and Sue, come here on the show and give an interview, talk about your Shark Tank experience, things that happened afterwards. Oh, I almost forgot. I want to check out their content game. Their Instagram goes to nothing. I don't know if is it misspelled? Yeah, I pulled that right off the bottom of their site, so they don't have an Instagram going on. Their Pinterest 361 followers. Looks like that they do post quite a bit in the memorial space, which is good. The Facebook 1200 likes. Last time posted was 2020. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of engagement there. And there was a lot of posts through 2020, but it looks like maybe 2020 had slowed them down a little bit with their social media going forward on Facebook or I guess, I mean, I don't really use Pinterest, so I don't know how you see engagement, but I guess it's just different walls. I don't know. I should look into Pinterest a little bit more. But 361 followers. So it looks like that they are able to. They're making a. I don't know if they're making their full-time living at this. Again, Nancy Sue, you're more than welcome to come here on the show. Just like you're more than welcome watching this to drop a comment down below with your business questions, with what you got going on in your business. How can I help you? That's what I'm here to do. Help bring the super out of you. If you want to check out some of the Super Entrepreneur merch, I should say, go over to shopsuperjoe.com. Just link down below. Get yourself a hat, stickers, signed copies of my books, and all of that. I hope you have an amazing day. I will see you in the next video, which will be right here. Take care.